Tinubu fires Peter, the Executive Secretary, appoints Tolulope Odunaya as replacement. Phillips ex-Nagosa chairman gets 21-year jail term over 43.5 million naira fraud. Feladuro Toya was Tinubu's aide for only 6 months, and I worked for free. British investors concerned about harmful business practices in Nigeria, says UK government official. 𝐒𝐿𝐒𝐄𝐑, lawyers aiding illicit financial flows, helping politicians evade tax. Ademola Lookman among finalists for CAF Best Player Award. And we also have this one more in sport. Rwanda grabbed first ever win over Nigeria in lackluster AFCON qualifier. You presided over Nigeria's most fraudulent election, presidency, replies Obasanjo. The presidential spokesman, Daniel Bewala, explains role in Tinubu's media aid. All right, we'll take one more before going to another daily. And this says, Tinubu working hard to lift Nigerians out of poverty, says Wali Edu.
All right, headlines from the Punch now. Corruption allegations. Presidency attacks OBJ as opposition backs ex-president. Planned takeover. Makinde Adeleke attack Ganduje over threat. Mixed feelings as FMC Abeokuta bags Best Customer Award. Passenger luggage delay to attract $170, 10,000 naira fines, NCAA. Local government poll, DSS invites Debutu. Abiodun swears in new chairman. Other stories, NNPCL admits challenges delaying Port Harcourt refinery takeoff. Rwanda stunned Nigeria with 2-1 comeback victory in final AFCON qualifier. Other stories, Ondo poll, Aiyedatiwa gets certificate of return Wednesday amid protest. More headlines from the Punch from the Metro Plus pages. Lagos to probe school over alleged sodomy. A trafficker jailed 4 years for 800 grams drug import. On the business side, barge operators handled 4 million containers official. Nigeria's debt to IDA hits $117 billion. That's according to a report. And lastly, we'll take one more. Senate to probe 105 billion naira financial infractions by federal agencies.
To the Vanguard, rethink reform strategies. IMF advises Nigeria. More headlines here says LCCI Upson as bond. Analyst orders peak holes in 2025 budget. Ondo Guba, why PDP lost. Recorded worst outing since 1999. AFCFTA, shippers cancel maritime lawyers move to tackle non-tariff payment. Economic development, rule of law inseparable, Justice Minister. And we also have this one, Nigeria's investment appetite grows. Mutual funds up 89.5% to 3.8 trillion naira. New tech lab debuts to stimulate growth for Nigeria's MSMEs. And more headline here says, Naira appreciates to 1,735 Naira per dollar in parallel market. And still here on the Vanguard, auto latest news here says Canada scraps conversion of study permits to permanent residency for foreign nationals. Ondo decides Ondo Guba SDP LP reject election results. Ondo Guba election results reflect people's will, Foreign Observer Group says. And still talking about Ondo election, Aiyedatiwa's victory, good omens. Ex-Defense Minister Kayode coming up with that. And more of politics, DSS squeezes, detains Ladi Adebutu. And more headlines says, apologize to Nigerians who lack moral right to condemn government. Presidency blasts Obasanjo. Video, Lagos plotting to colonize northern Nigeria, coming from Kwankwaso. And we'll take this one as the last one from the Vanguard. I'm occupying Nigerian Galali's role. Bowala insists.
All right, some headlines from the Premium Times. Gunmen kill 4 vigilante operatives in southeast Nigeria. 9 lives. The Bello Fadili memos, presented to the public. Elsewhere, presidency replies Obasanjo says former president not a ideal leader to emulate. Gunmen attack lawmakers' convoy, kill police operative. Other stories, TED Fund's Maiden Research Fair kicks off in Abuja. NAF destroys bandit kingpins, residents arms depot in Shiroro. Crash Victims Day, FRC advocates attitudinal change among road users. Okpebholo's 5-point agenda, violent crisis at Brotherhood. Other top stories from the South. If you're interested in that, you find it in the pages of the Premium Times newspaper this morning. CBN warns against fraudulent contracts intervention claims. Naira depreciates against dollar at official market. And lastly, Cross River government intensifies work on the late ex-Senate president's burial.
All right, we'll have to go on our first break right about now. When we do come back, we'll have more of the headlines and analysis done on the national dailies.
Happiness is a choice that we want you to make always. Choose to be happy. Choose 32 FM 94.9 Ibadan.
Hello, abeg no vex. This Milo packets look different too. I see say them write support energy release for this packet. Abeg, na the same Milo?
No, this na the new improved Milo. The support energy release means say when you give your pikin dem Milo as part of their breakfast, you dey give them enough energy where they need to go school.
Ah, I like this one.
Your pikin dem need nourishing energy. Make you give them the new improved Milo for breakfast. It gets correct nutrients where they support energy release to help them use their day well. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo. Surely, joy will never be away from me. No worry, I don't find in my remedy.
I'm ready for the good news to fall on me. Finally, see as happiness don't find me.
Get 8 times the value of every recharge plus 1,000 Naira sign-up bonus and double data with INT'L over Jara when you buy and activate a new SIM. INT'L, a reason to imagine.
Ìfẹ́ tí kò lábàwọ́n ni ìfẹ́ ìyá jẹ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí ohun tó dùn tó bíi Indomie alájẹpọnu lákànlọ́. Nítorí náà, fi ìfẹ́ hàn pẹ̀lú Indomie.
Jọ̀ọ́ mo nílò epo ẹ̀rọ ọ̀kadà mi ti tún fẹ́ iṣẹ́ àtúnṣe lẹ́yìn ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì.
Èèyàn mi níṣe ni o nílò True 4 Oil. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o ò lè fàkókò ṣòfò lórí kẹ̀kẹ́ tàbí ọ̀kadà rẹ pàápàá fún ọjọ́ kan. Nítorí náà ni mo ṣe dúró lórí True 4 Oil tuntun. True 4 Oil ò gbówó ńlá lórí. Ó ń dáàbò bo ẹ̀rọ ó sì ń rọ ẹ̀rọ ní agbára láti ṣiṣẹ́ fún ọ̀sẹ̀ 6 ṣáájú ìyípadà ipò ìmíràn. Dán True 4 Oil wò lónìí. True 4 Oil ń bẹ ní gbogbo ibùdó iléepo ti Bovas ní jákèjádò orílẹ̀-èdè. True 4 Oil ó ń bẹ fún ọ ní gbogbo ìgbà. True 4 Oil láti ilé-iṣẹ́ TVS.
Àsìkò yẹn tún rèé o nínú ọdún ìfilọ́lẹ̀ Glow Festival of Joy ti dé. Òjò ńlá ń rọ̀, ojú ẹ̀bùn yanturu. Báwo ló ṣe kà màmá tó? Mo mọ̀ pé wàá béèrè Prado tuntun 5 tó gbẹ. Kia Picanto 5 tó gbẹ. Nǹkan ìyàlẹ́nu tó kà màmá ni o. Pẹ̀lú àjàsà tó gbáta hánu torí pé kẹ̀kẹ́ náà pẹ́ẹ̀pù 15 wà lẹ̀. Pẹ̀lú ẹ̀rọ mọ̀nàmọ́ná 100, 200 ẹ̀rọ ìrọṣọ àtọgọ́rùn 3 ẹ̀rọ ọlọ́ta. Kí ló wá dúró dè? Jẹ́ kan lára àwọn olóríire ní ti ìfilọ́lẹ̀ Glow Festival of Joy. Testa 611# yẹn ẹ̀bùn tó o fẹ́ ra ìwé ìpè tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ẹgbẹ̀rún kan sẹ́gbẹ̀rún lọ́nà 100 náírà kó o sì láǹfààní àti ìjà àwọn ẹ̀bùn dẹ̀mùdẹ̀mù látọwọ́ Glow. Ìfilọ́lẹ̀ yìí yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọjọ́ 1 oṣù kẹwàá títí di oṣù 1 ọdún 2025. Nigeria Communications Commission NCC àti National Lottery Regulatory Commission NLRC fòǹtẹ̀lù Glow Festival of Joy yìí àdéhùn àti àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ ń bẹ o.
Unlimited. Hey, here's a question for you. What gets you out of bed in the morning? Is it the sunrise? The sound of your alarm? No, it's that dream, that drive, that unstoppable force inside you. And you know what fuels that drive? It's starting your day strong with the rich, creamy taste of Nescafe Original 3-in-1, carefully crafted from selected coffee beans. So, whatever your hustle, go from maybe or I can't to I can and I will. Nescafe Original 3-in-1. Start strong, finish strong.
I'm in love. Easy to squeeze, easy to scoop, and easy to store.
Sonny and Tomato Mix in a new stand-up pouch.
My son, help me check this phone. I don't know wetin Junior press. E no dey work again.
Make I see. Ah, mommy.
Wetin happen?
They don't block your line now.
Nobody like to chop blocking, no. So, if they don't block you unto say you not link your NIN to your Airtel line, run kitty go any Airtel shop with your NIN to unblock your line today.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Yes, it's the Laughter Santa season. And that means
fun, games, we love Laughter Santa.
Children, parents, let's get on the ride with 32 FM's Laughter Santa in partnership with Ride Ross Amusement Parks. Venue, Games Area, Palms Mall Ring Road, Ibadan. Time, Mondays through Saturdays, 10 a.m. Sundays, 12 noon. Date, December 1st to 24th, 2024. Price, 4,000 naira per child. And with this, your child enjoys free rides, gifts, and lots more. For sponsorship and inquiries, and if your school, community, and church would like to be part of this, call Auntie Sumbo on 0704 017 4981 or Bolanle on 0810 067 2518. As you already know, with 32 FM's Laughter Santa, there's always more. Tune into the Laughter Santa show on air every weekday, 4:15 to 5 p.m. and on weekends, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Laughter Santa 2024. It promises to be fun.
Is it okay to make fun of our tooth gap? Let's have a talk. Colgate makes your teeth so strong. Stop cover your mouth. Not to do younger with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Zero cavities and fresh breath. If you use a Colgate paste. Not to do younger with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate.
Colgate, #1 oral care brand in the world.
Big things, Nemo like Pepsi.
Pepsi 60cl long throat bottle is back. It's big refreshment, big value, big flex, big tins. Pepsi, thirsty for more.
Stay tuned to 32 FM 94.9.
All right, you're welcome back. You're still on to Break It On Papers Review here on 32 FM 94.9. And it's very about time to go into the analysis proper this morning. We have Mr. Femi Olukunle to do that with us. My name is GBOLABO, famous call.
And I'm Kenny Drutilu. Mr. Femi, good morning, sir. It's great to have you join us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Right,
Thank you for having me, and GBOLABO, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Femi.
All right, I'd like to start off with the presidency reports of attacks towards our former president Obasanjo. As opposition, we hear backing the ex-president. This one. It's also the second time in 24 hours the presidency is making a reaction on this particular issue. What do you make of this? The presidency labeling of Obasanjo as the grandfather of corruption, and your thoughts on all of this so far?
Well, anybody can label him anything they wish, but as I've always said, I always love people to separate the message from the messenger. To Obasanjo, to some people, Obasanjo is devil incarnate, and to some people, he's one of the best. I even read yesterday. Some people said when we assemble all the presidents that have ruled this country, that is the best among them. People have their opinions. However, I always want people to scrupulously examine whatever Obasanjo says, and in this case, what I expect the administration of Tinubu to do is to examine the content of Obasanjo's speech and take the necessary ones to be worked on, not that you will rubbish everything. In the first instance, Obasanjo is a Nigerian and he has his opinion because we are running a democratic government. And then he has the right to say what he feels is not okay. in the country. And I see Obasanjo as one of those soldiers that pretended over the death of Jesus Christ. When after Jesus had been nailed to the cross, and by the time he died, the scripture says there was darkness over in the 9th hour of the day. There was darkness, thick darkness, and the veil that was partitioning the inner sanctuary and the outer sanctuary got torn, and rocks were breaking. And then the soldier said, this man truly is the Son of God. Those were the people who didn't believe in him before. So Obasanjo may have been a devil, probably when he was a devil when he was in government. But now, just like those centurions, those soldiers who saw what happened after Jesus died, then they had a change of mind. So he may have seen the shortcomings of his administration and will not want the successive administration to fall into that kind of a trap, and for the betterment of all of us. So that is why it is sensible for government to examine what he is saying. Forget about his person. Look at his message for the betterment of our country. I think that is the best thing to do. And then if you look at those who are talking on behalf of President Tinubu, I remember a friend of mine who became the chief press secretary to a governor, and he told me that one of the worst job to take is to be the spokesperson for a government. He said the governor told him after he was engaged that, look, I am going to commit crimes, I'm going to do dirty deals, and it is your duty to wash me clean in the public. So for a person who has a clean heart, who is not given to lie telling, to take that kind of a job, you know that you have taken a job that is difficult, and that is the job of most of these spokesperson. And of course, I want to believe that President Tinubu has not assembled abusers. I think he has assembled people who are communicators and who will dispassionately look at issues instead of abusing people. So unfortunately, what these people are demonstrating, more especially Bayo Ononuga, who had been doing that even before he was appointed into that office. He had done that when during the electioneering. It is not going to help us. Look at messages and dissect it and utilize the good ones in it, and then the ones that you feel has crossed the red line or has been made too glamorous, then correct it that it is not like that. Not that you now be throwing abuses all over the place. So that doesn't even project the government in good light.
All right, Mr. Femi, let's look at COP29. We know that during the COP28, it was a lot of controversies for many Nigerians, with an assumption that 1,114 delegates was what we had at the United Arab Emirates. Now, COP29, we were told by Ngalale in August that before he resigned, that the government will save 10 billion naira as a result of cutting costs. We do also remember that the government insisted that it sponsored 422 delegates and spent 2.78 billion naira on airfares and ESTA codes. And now for COP29, we don't know how much the government is spending on airfare and ESTA code and the rest of it. But now if you look at the quantum of monies involved for climate adaptation in Nigeria, is running into billions of dollars, $340 billion thereabout. And Nigeria is living on loan. Now, how much more can Nigeria take the bold step of looking inwardly, apart from just going out there saying they want to participate in climate change, adaptation, and all of these conferences that doesn't serve the need of the people in the long run? Now,
340 billion, did you say? I just want to say that before we even start talking, we should look at the content of the participants. What I mean by that is this: let us look at those who went to represent Nigeria. Let us look at where they belong to. whether they are in government, whether they are friends of people in government, whether they are spouses of people in government, let us know the personality that represented Nigeria, and let us know what they went to do there. Just like last year, we discovered that they went on jamboree, they went on sightseeing, they went on excursion. So why should people be going on excursion on behalf of all of us? And they went last year. What did they bring back? What have they translated what they brought back into? How well has it benefited Nigeria? So you see, these people are going on excursion. They go on excursion in our name and spend our money. Anyhow, you can just imagine the breakdown of the money they spent last year. Extra code, free money. They traveled, free ticket, and they slept, free food, free bed, free food, and free money in their pocket. Extra code. Now, how has that one translated into the betterment of the nation? So I don't know. And then, must anybody go for that kind of excursion before we know that tree felling in the north, we should stop it? Even tree felling in the south, where we have a forest, should be controlled. That replanting of trees should be encouraged in the north, and that people should be discouraged from felling trees irresponsibly in the south, because of a balance in the ecosystem. So we don't need anybody. Our geography has taught us that we don't need anybody who is having a white or pink skin to tell us to do that. And we don't need to go on that kind of excursion, wasting people's money, before we can know that we should do that. So I think they are just wasting our money. That is just the bottom line.
All right, Mr. Femi, quickly, let's have your reaction to Ganduje's remarks about the APC's plan to capture all 6 southwest states. He recently made that comment, of course, following the elections in Ondo, and the PDP through Governor Makinde and Governor Adeleke, framing his statement as a threat to democracy and a push towards a one-party system.
Well, for Ondo State, I've read so many stories about that election. Chief of the story is that there was massive buying and selling of votes. And I came to conclusion that people have the kind of government that they decide to have. So, and it reminds me of William Wilberforce and former President Abraham Lincoln of America. William Wilberforce was a parliamentarian in British Parliament, and he was the one that fought seriously for abolition of slave trade. And in America, President Lincoln made pronouncements that slave trade should be ended, and he was the one that had that glory. Now, history told us that those slave traders, those slave masters, did not like their slaves, but they only loved the toys of their slaves, and then they made sure that they gave their slaves food, small food, in order to keep them alive, so that they may work hard for them. And that is what has happened in Ondo State. Now, the slave masters had given 25,000 naira, 20,000 naira to their slaves for the next 4 years to keep them alive, so that they will work for them again during election in the next 4 years. So, for the slaves in quotes who have taken 20,000 naira to 25,000 naira, I congratulate them. They will work for these slave masters for the next 4 years, and everywhere we have elections and the people are taking money, they are slaves that are taking money from their slave masters, and they will work for them, and they must not cry. Unfortunately, they will give us, those of us in the media, they will give us more work to do, because when they are crying, we will be so sympathetic to their plights, and then we'll be telling government you are not doing well, and government will be laughing at us that we are slave masters. They have taken their food for the next 4 years, the small food that we want to give them. And then, so for Ganduje, who said that they want to capture Oyo and Oshun, this is a democracy. If you capture it in a clean way, there's no problem. But if you want to capture it the way it was done in Edo, that has generated a lot of dust. And then the one that we are reading in Ondo said that trading was what happened and not election. I think it's better for him to have a rethink so that it will not create problem for us, because it is not do or die affair that you must take Oyo, you must take Osun.
All right, our time is actually fast spent, but then let me just throw this up, and we have to hit the bells for this eventually. Looking at the poverty rate in Nigeria and what Edun came up to say that Tinubu government is working hard to lift many Nigerians out of poverty. We'll have that shortly after this break. Please do stay with us.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
Every day when my pikin dem come back from school, I know they sabi them again. Hello, who na be? What's all this dirty uniform? With sweat cover, with dirty socks, wey been clean for morning. You don't change, oh. Anyway, I understand, because I know say school na serious work. For them to come home like this means say no be small energy don't come out from them body. So therefore, I make sure I dey give them nutritious Milo for breakfast every day.
Your pikin dem need nourishing energy. Make you give them the new improved Milo for breakfast. It get correct nutrients where they support energy release to help them use their day well. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! Want more from your smartphone? Get ready for wow! With the Infinix Hot 50 Pro Plus. With the sleek 6.8mm slim edge design and robust Titan wing architecture, the Infinix Hot 50 Pro Plus is built to be tough and feel great. Unleash the power of Google on Android. Search what you see with Google Lens. Get AI assistance in an instant with Google Gemini. Plus, crank up your sound with JBL powered speakers. Music never sounded better. So, what are you waiting for? Go get your Infinix Hot 50 Pro Plus now at all authorized Infinix retail outlets. Infinix Hot 50 Pro Plus. Ultra slim, ultra durable.
I'm in love. Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop? And is it to stop?
Sonia tomato mix in a new standard pouch.
In the cooking game, you need a winning game plan. I'm not just talking about your fresh ingredients, utensils, or cooking skills. I'm talking about your choice of seasoning. Your game plan is incomplete without Maggi chicken flavor. Made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric, it's the game changer. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer.
Hey, here's a question for you. What gets you out of bed in the morning? Is it the sunrise? The sound of your alarm? No, it's that dream, that drive, that unstoppable force inside you. And you know what fuels that drive? It's starting your day strong with the rich, creamy taste of Nescafe Original 3-in-1, carefully crafted from selected coffee beans. So, whatever your hustle, go from maybe or I can't to I can and I will. Nescafe Original 3-in-1. Start strong, finish strong.
Air control to flight WT478. You are approaching restricted airspace. You are not cleared to land. I repeat, air control to flight WT478. This is restricted airspace. You are not cleared to land.
Air control, this is not the captain. This flight has been hijacked by the madmen. We have a bomb on board, and these are our demands.
Watch Hijack 93, now playing on Netflix with plans starting from 2,200 naira only.
lọ́kàn ẹni tó fẹ́ talé-talẹ̀ tàbí dúkìá míì tó ṣe pàtàkì sí oríṣiríṣi èrò ni ó gbọ́kàn rẹ̀ lójúnà àti rí dúkìá náà ta.
báwo ni màá ṣe oníbàárà báwo ni ó ṣe pé mi ǹjẹ́ mo lè fọkàn tán abánitalẹ̀ yìí ṣé kí n tiẹ̀ polówó rẹ̀ lórí rédíò ni tàbí lórí ìtàkùn ayélujára níbo ni kí n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ta ló lè ràn mí lọ́wọ́ báwo ni n ò ṣe ní bọ́ sọ́wọ́ alágbèédá ṣó tiẹ̀ yẹ kí n gbé dúkìá ilé àtilẹ̀ yìí tà mo sì nílò owó ìláàrin ọjọ́ méje.
ṣe sùúrù ọ̀rẹ́ wa, irú dúkìá wo ni wọ́n fẹ́ tà? Ilé ni àbílẹ̀ tó sì fẹ́ kó lọ ní kíá kó dòwó. Iléeṣẹ́ rédíò 32 FM pẹ̀lú àjọṣepọ̀ Soft Sand Property ti gbé àǹfààní bàǹtàbàǹtà dé. Bí o bá ní ilé àbí ilẹ̀ tó fẹ́ tà lágbègbè tó dùn wò pẹ̀lú ìwé tó jiná, máa bọ̀ wá sí 32 FM 94.9 Ìbàdàn. Ọ̀fẹ́ la bọ̀ polówó rẹ̀ tí yóò sì bàjẹ́ ní kíákíá. Ìfànláre o, tẹ àtẹ̀ránṣẹ́ tàbí pé
091-6461-5000 àti 091-1555-0055.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ló sì lè kàn sí www.softsandsproperty.com láti jẹ̀gbádùn àǹfààní yìí. Ìlànà àti àdéhùn wà o.
Soft Sand, òrùlé fún tẹrú tọmọ.
Ha! Jọ̀ọ́ mo nílò epo ẹ̀rọ ọ̀kadà mi ti tún fẹ́ iṣẹ́ àtúnṣe lẹ́yìn ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì.
Èèyàn mi níṣe ni o nílò True 4 Oil. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o ò lè fàkókò ṣòfò lórí kẹ̀kẹ́ tàbí ọ̀kadà rẹ pàápàá fún ọjọ́ kan. Nítorí náà ni mo ṣe dúró lórí True 4 Oil tuntun. True 4 Oil ò gbowó ńlá lórí. Ó ń dáàbò bo ẹ̀rọ ó sì ń rọ ẹ̀rọ ní agbára láti ṣiṣẹ́ fún ọ̀sẹ̀ mẹ́fà. Ṣáájú ìyípadà epo ìmíràn, dán True 4 Oil wò lónìí. True 4 Oil ń bẹ ní gbogbo ibùdó iléepo ti Bovas ní jákèjádò orílẹ̀-èdè. True 4 Oil ó ń bẹ fún ọ ní gbogbo ìgbà. True 4 Oil láti ilé-iṣẹ́ TVS.
32 FM
94.9.
Welcome back. You're still on to Break It On Papers Review on 32 FM 94.9. Is it about time to open the phone lines and also take your comment on our socials? Do remember we're live on Facebook, 32 FM 949 for here. And of course, the numbers to call in are 070-55,949 or 080-97,949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Olufemi from Oyo.
All right.
I thank the analyst there for what he said that Obasanjo must have been a devil when he was in the office. Now that the present government should have seen something good what he was saying. But my question is, why is it that it is when they left government that they usually see what they're supposed to do? Obasanjo was the person that has the best opportunity in Nigeria as the military head of state and as the federal head of state. He did not do what is expected of him to do. Number one. Now, he said election will be do or die when he was there, and he made it, and that was why Ladoja was illegally impeached as the governor of Oyo State. The same thing Tinubu is doing on election now, rigging election all around. Secondly, the National Assembly has salary now. Obasanjo took us to that level because of his third-term agenda. Now, why is it that until when they left the office, and that's why the present government, they will not take that to their advice because they know they don't do what is expected of them now. You see now that when Tinubu left office, they will not be advising the current coming government because they will not do the advice may not be taken. And that is why we Nigerians, like I said also, the slave masters, Nigerians, because they are being given what we deserve.
All right, Olufemi. Thank you very much for that. They only see fault when they leave office. I think that's what Olufemi is saying. But then I want us to go back to this issue of Edo assuring Nigerians that President Tinubu is going to lift them out of poverty. But now if you go to England, like some people will say they cite their king, they cite their public officials on bicycle taking a walk, but you hardly find Edo on a queue. Or you find a Tinubu on a queue. How then do we believe
the
them?
Unfortunate aspect of it is that the monies they are spending to glamorize themselves to live larger than all of us is being borrowed. And where you are borrowing it from, their presidents ride bicycles. So you can just imagine. Now, we don't want Edo to sermonize. Tinubu is not put in Aso Rock to give us sermon. And his hangers on, his boys, his people in his cabinet are not there to sermonize. They are there to work. So if they want to lift us out of poverty that they plunged on us into, it's high time they did. And not only that, they should stop weaponizing poverty. We have seen the result of a weaponization of poverty in Ondo election. So we don't want it any longer. This is an insult to us as Nigerians.
Hello, good morning. All right, excuse me. Do try and call back 0705 500949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. We can hear you loud and clear. Please go ahead.
Yes, I actually feel let's look at the messenger as well. Is the messenger what he's saying? Is he actually what is happening? Yes. So I think we should actually just separate from the message. What Baba is actually saying is what this is okay. So I think we should really look at it. What this government, which is also what is prevalent in Africa, is that we don't always like people that tell us what is there to correct it. We prefer people telling us what we want to hear. And until we do this kind of thing, I don't think we will go beyond that. The nation is bleeding. These are part of the things that will actually help us. I think this government should help us. They are not really doing what they ought. Good morning, Dave.
All right, okay, thank you for your time. 0705 5949 0829 7949. Also live on Facebook, 32FM 949 Fenya on Facebook. You can share your thoughts with us on that platform.
Good morning,
as well.
that platform.
Good morning.
Good morning, that family. Look, I'm coming. 𝐷𝐾𝐑 Kenny Duroti last week I said GBOLABO and cover that place. 𝐒𝐻𝐍𝐒 it's my name. It is fundamental. You are or die fear of election. But during Baba Obasanjo, even before Baba Obasanjo, it is just repeating itself. It was not even of poverty now. They were then using militarized. I don't know, but maybe that grammar is impeccable. I don't know because I'm not impeccable in that particular language. What are we saying this morning? Poverty as an instrument to rule. Too much of poverty will create uncivilized society. And from that religion, different video audio clips going viral. So I begin to I'm online, I know everything. See, too much of poverty creating uncivilized society. So any small things you said that any small side attraction, they will begin to run after you. You know, to back agbado that at the yema for territory at the FSD agbado. People are suffering, people are sinking on poverty. They are devastated, they are sinking. How come they will collect that attraction? That is the fundamental. Poverty as instrument to know that government of APC. And it is another that country now. It is God that can deliver us. 𝐒𝐻𝐍𝐒. That's my permission. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma.
Right, thank you for your time. Once again, the phone lines 0705 5949 0829 7949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, everyone in the studio.
Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. We can hear you. Go ahead.
This is John Olariwaju. I'm calling from Agbo. On the issue of wasteful spending of this government, it really calls for attention of everyone. According to what we just said about the spending for unnecessary things on the climate change or whatever, that we just send the people to go along with Mr. President. And you cannot even feed that job. Nigeria cannot even feed that. Even when the come back, nothing to table for the Nigeria or any development from there. Not only that, even if we check the media aid of Mr. President, not Nigeria, for Mr. President alone, they are 14 in numbers, and they are doing only one job, just information, 14 people. Just imagine. And you created office for these people, you are giving them money, allowances, everything. What is their job? Nothing. We don't feed them. Only to just be a person of Mr. President, of one person. I think if they are continuing, this subsidy saga or all the tariff and whatever that is getting, it's just for them to just spend it. It's not for Nigeria. Thank you and good morning.
All right, thank you so much for that. On Facebook, we have Onileowo Obamomororo. Obasanjo claims to have known more than everyone. He's the foundation of Nigeria problem. We also have Prince Bumi Adefusi. Good morning to you in the studio and a brilliant analyst. Federal government led by APC should please face two or sectors and do the needful because no sector is something to write home about. All right.
We'll take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
All
right, go ahead.
My own take in this matter is that Obasanjo should just keep quiet and be looking at them. Since other stakeholders are looking at it, will destroy this country. If you know what Obasanjo did for this country, if you have intelligent leaders that come after him, my brothers and sisters, this country will be a better place to live. You know that this Obasanjo 15 years of government, a sachet of water did not leave 5 naira. Go and Google it. This man brought economic tea led by 𝐶𝐈𝐒𝐿 and Paris Club forgave us our debt. Nigerian name was already changed before Obasanjo came in. This man paid off all our loans. This man reformed all our economy. The banking sector, if you look, that was the time we were teachers were buying car. You don't use my car or you go requested. Have you forgotten? And this man now came, Jonathan, and returned Nigeria 200 backwards to illiterate. And people who are questionable in certificate and someone that has Buhari has 8 F9 and 1 ES in Quran. Right. And this one we used 1 year to argue his own certificate. Right. And people are being rude to Obasanjo. This is going to come to your life.
All right, Ade. We wish we can actually have more time to talk about this, because I was going to ask, are we going to adopt the Obasanjo templates now in this, I don't know, is it 21st century, we would say? Or Mr. Olukule, we have to leave. What are the patterns short here?
Well, I just want all Nigerians to search their conscience. Anything you do today and from today going forward, make sure that it is beneficial to every Nigerian. Stop pulling this country down. Whatever level you are, whatever position you are holding.
All right, thank you for joining us. The Papers Review is back tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. The Smart Kid Show is up next. I'm Kenny Dorutilu. Good morning.
And I'm GBOLABO. We must go. Do have the best of today.